Kautta vuosikymmenten tuottajat, säveltäjät ja esiintyjät ovat jatkuvasti muunnelleet 3 minuutin hitin kaavaa alalla, jossa kaupallisuus ja luovuus ovat aina käyneet käsi kädessä.
Those outfits. I tell you, I really cringe. I think they were in such bad taste that... Waterloo, couldn't escape if I wanted to. It was a matter of being as outrageous as possible. More outrageous than Sweet and Mud and what have you. And we had great fun. I want a cape this time. And I want sequins all over me. I want a leotard. And I want boots like, with heels like that. It was like that, you know.
ABBA nousi maailman tietoisuuteen Eurovision laulukilpailussa vuonna 1974. Yhtye oli Ruotsista, jossa popilla ei ollut perinteitä ja jossa kaupallisuuteen suhtauduttiin nyrpeästi.
It was an extremely weird time. We had no record charts in Sweden for quite a period because they said that's just sales talk. All records are equal. On the radio they played just political music, actually real fighting songs for communism. So the ABBA thing was really a mocking of this society. The establishment was against them. When they won with Waterloo, the Swedish commentator who interviewed them after the victory said, "Are you really aware of how many people actually died in Waterloo, the Battle of Waterloo, and you're singing a joyful song about that? Huh, how can you behave like that?" So that was their attitude towards ABBA and pop music in general. What happened to our love? It used to be so good.
Koska ABBA ei saanut Ruotsissa ansaitsemaansa hyväksyntää ja radiosoittoa, sen hyvän maun rajamailla oleva lavashow lähti kiertämään maailmaa. Yksistään Englannissa ryhmällä oli 18 top 10 hittiä.
I had my knee-high socks with ABBA picture on the side. I used to strut about the lounge room singing into, well, anything that resembled a microphone. Of course, that was the blonde one.
Vaikka rockin älymystö pilkkasi ABBaa, yhtye ei tehnyt kertakäyttöistä europoppia. Laulut olivat huippuluokkaa ja tuotanto veti vertoja Phil Spectorin ja The Brill Buildingin 60-luvun aikaansaannoksille.
People thought of our songs as being very simple, very, they could hum them, they could, and listening to them was something, very natural. But in fact, they were very, very intricate in the arrangements.
Our aim was to give as much music as possible for the money. So these arrangements are very complicated and a lot of things going on. You always start with the drums, and then there's a track with percussion on it, a bass track. You always mix in this order. And then there's guitar and another guitar. Pianos.
Dancing Queen oli ABBAn suurin hitti ja tärkeä virstanpylväs ryhmän taipaleella. Maailma sai maistaa ensi kerran unohtumatonta, mutta tyylitöntä kitschiä. Kertosäkeessä Queen rimmasi Seventeenin ja tamburiinin kanssa.
The girls' voices are essential to the sound, of course, because they had these extremely compatible voices, because Agneta was very punchy and Frida had this hi-fi quality to it, because it was both very bright and very soft, bassy. in itself. So they were very complementary to each other, these two voices.
Sometimes when they sang in unison, and Jetta perhaps going down a little, and Frida struggling to get up to her, there was a certain sound to it. It was amazing. That these songs have stood the test of time. It's amazing, and I really don't know why. Why? I always, ask myself, why me? Why us? What is it that we're not worthy of this? Surely, I mean, this is getting to be like 30 years after it happened.
The great thing that punk did was reintroduce the 3-minute pop song. If you look at albums in 1975, 1976, they might just have 6 tracks on them. David Bowie's Station to Station, I think, has got 6 tracks on it. If you look at albums in 1980, they've all got 10 tracks or 12 tracks on it. Blondie took punk and polished it, made it shiny and gorgeous and glamorous, and that's why it worked. It took all the best bits of punk, the discipline, the 3-minute songs, the sort of we don't care attitude, but made it glamorous. So Debbie Harry looks incredibly glamorous and also like she doesn't care, which just makes it even more glamorous, because real glamour has always got to look effortless, hasn't it?
Haven with...
Oh, come on in. Welcome to the Hit Factory in London. This is where a host of stars come every week to make their records. And for the last 3 years, a record from this building has been in the top 40 every single week.
Entinen DJ Pete Waterman vei popin sen perusasioihin käyttämällä kaavaa, jonka vetävä rytmi ja lorumaiset sanoitukset sopivat lähes kenen tahansa kauniin ihmisen laulettaviksi.
They had the ability to take anyone off the street, and they did, and say, this is what you're wearing, this is what you're singing. They weren't called the Hit Factory for nothing, and they knew exactly what they were doing. It was the most well-oiled machine, that studio. And now I just have more and more respect for what they did. Of course, there was times as an 18, 19-year-old, my feelings were hurt, and I kind of snuck off and had a cry. But what they did was amazing.
We'd worked out what was good for her and what wouldn't be good for her before she got there, because we knew her voice really better than she did. We knew her place in the marketplace better than she did.
I didn't have that much to do with it. I was just the face, and I was pretty much a puppet.
She didn't have time to be involved. I mean, gone. I mean, we're talking about making an album in less than 4 days. So each song physically took 2 or 3 hours maximum. That's all we had.
We can build the whole song up as we go along, filling up the tracks. So here's some chords, the snare drum in, bit of guitar, a bit more guitar. Here's a hi-hat. It's dead easy, really.
In the 1990s, the pop song was under threat in a way that has never been before, because dance music became so prominent, and it wasn't about songs. A lyric would just get in the way. There wasn't a lot of new pop songwriting going on. And then suddenly, at the end of the 90s, one strength of the boy band thing is that it's kept songwriters going, I suppose.
Oh.